On July 8, 1874, the recently formed Northwest Mounted Police left Fort Dufferin on its great march west to preserve law and order in what was then the Northwest Territories. Over 300 Northwest Mounted Police officers and men, with their horses, 20 Métis drivers, 93 head of cattle, 73 wagons, and 114 ox carts, traveled for 3 months to reach their destination. This march west still stands as one of the most significant events in the long and colorful history of the force, and for that matter, Canada itself. 121 years later, barely 2 miles from the original buildings at the Fort Dufferin site, the RCMP Veterans Association Manitoba Division commemorated the historic event by dedicating a bronze statue to all members of the Northwest Mounted Police who brought law and order to the West. On that morning, our heritage came alive with the sights and sounds of the vintage steam train, the Prairie Dog Central. Built in 1882 and retired from service in 1961, this magnificent piece of history has been delighting passengers young and old since its placement into excursion service in June of 1970. As ticket holders boarded the train, they were greeted by friendly porters and the occasional whiff of coal smoke. Eager to participate and add to the nostalgic atmosphere, many passengers dressed in period costume, including RCMP Commissioner J.P.R. Murray. With 300 people aboard and bound for Emerson, the Prairie Dog Central pulled out of Winnipeg on schedule.
We don't know you. Your parents.
Oh yeah, I like that. What? Take a whole series of them. We sell the file.
Lacerates the flesh, so you needed to file the bone edges down a little bit so it'd be smoother. Or if it was a fracture or a big hunks of bone, then you could trim them down with what we call a rongeur now. The ones we use in surgery now are very similar, a little more sophisticated, but really not a lot different.
For the people who couldn't be here, could you outline the significance of today's event?
Well, this is really quite a tremendous, historically significant event for the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, because it was on July the 8th, 1874, that we began the famous March West, and that, to the RCMP, is a very, very historic event. And so I'm just really delighted to be here on behalf of all members of the force to participate in the unveiling of this plaque here today.
How long have you been a member of the Canadian Mounted Police, and can you share some of the changes that you've seen?
Well, I've been a member of the RCMP now for over 33 years, and there's no question that we are changing and evolving as Canada does. You know, we were very much part of the opening of the West back in 1873, 1874. And we're very much part of the history and tradition of Western Canada. And of course, over time, we've become involved in all parts of Canada. And we remain very much part of Canadian heritage. The symbol of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police is extremely important to Canadians, and we're very proud to be part of that heritage.
How is this event special for you and your family?
Well, it's particularly special because this plaque will be, the commemorative event here today will be just inside the Canada-U.S. border, and the Royal Canadian Mounted Police is very well known in the United States as well, and of course when they cross into Canada, the first thing they're going to see is that horse and rider, double life size, and I must admit I haven't seen it yet myself, just the mock-ups of it, but I'm very much looking forward to participating in the unveiling here this afternoon.
What has being a member of the Mounties meant to you?
Well, I think it's pretty special to be part of this organization because the RCMP has such a place, a special place in the hearts and minds of Canadians, and so to be part of that organization and to go on to become the commissioner of that organization is particularly special for me personally.
It's great, thanks.
Thank you.
Just outside the town of Morris, the train slowed as it prepared to stop and take on water. Suddenly, the sounds of pistol shots pierced the morning air. Black Bart and his band of thieves had come to rob the train.
Okay, if you give us your money, we'll leave peacefully. We understand this is a rich car and there's a lot of money here.
Where are they keeping the gold?
I don't know, Ski. Tell you what, we'll make a deal with you. If you folks come to Morris Rodeo this summer, and you come out to Bob's Wild West Adventures for the Wild West show in August, we'll let you go with your money, okay? Is that a deal? Yeah. All right. If you're gonna go, raise your hand.
We'll be there.
That's good. Okay. Quiet! When you're laughing, this ain't funny.
Don't be a hero. You'll see what happens.
Everybody
You kids,
down.
back over there, quickly. You, that's the one you got hold. We don't need any heroes here. Where's that smile off your face? You got money?
No, where's the gold?
We're just playing.
No, where's the gold?
We're just playing. We're just sorry.
You and your clan are all under arrest. You're coming with me.
No, we're not. No.
Come back here. We'll be arrested.
No.
Surrender now.
No. Come and get us.
They got a whole busload of them back there. Get up, you scoundrel. Get your hands above your head. Let's go. Move it. Move it. Nobody messes with the Northwest Mounted Police.
With the train heist foiled by a single member of the Northwest Mounted Police, the passengers were once again safe and the train free to take on water. During this time, dignitaries from the town of Morris were welcomed aboard by Lieutenant Governor Yvon Dumont and Commissioner Murray. Hungry for the passenger money that Black Bart had been denied, snake oil salesman Scratching River Sam and his cohorts slipped aboard and worked the cars, raising donations for the Morris Public Library.
Scratching River Buffalo Stampede Diverter, not a single injury, let alone a fatality due to Buffalo Stampedes down there at Emerson. Now, the way it works is just like this. As soon as you see the dust on the horizon, you know there's a Buffalo Stampede coming right at you. And what you do is you put these things in a triangle shape like that, you get yourself behind there, and you are safe behind the world-famous wind and water resistant Scratching River Buffalo Stampede Diverter, as if you was in God's pocket. The buffalo will go by on the left and on the right, and there's no harm done to you at all. Since we've been using these, not a single injury, a fatality due to Buffalo Stampedes in the Red River Valley. And you would like that protection for your loved ones, wouldn't you? You don't want that man to mom or your daddy, do you? No, sir. I thought so. Now, we're going to go through here.
You'll get more money if you shorten the story.
Yeah. So here's some things here, and have you got some of those, Mr.
We have some right here.
This is Scratching River Sam, and this is Scratching River Sam, and there's Scratching River Sam back there.
Thank you so much.
Hey, how would you guys, when we're through it here, like to hand this out to some people? Would you like to do that?
As it filled the air with its signature black smoke, the townspeople bade the departing train farewell with plenty of smiles and waves. The stopover left the passengers with a taste of small-town hospitality they would not soon forget. Resuming its trip, the train quickly reached the track speed limitation of 20 miles per hour and arrived at its destination just after 11 o'clock. The passengers disembarked and joined the crowds who were already gathering at the Emerson Tourist Information Center. People from across Canada and from the United States had come to witness the commemoration of the 1874 March West through the unveiling and dedication of a bronze statue.